Paul Templar. After serving in the British Army for years and traveling the globe in pursuit of adventure and excitement, Paul Templar decided to make his native Zimbabwe his permanent home, where he became a river guide. When he was out on a routine tour, Templar was guiding a group of tourists down the Zambezi River when he experienced a sudden attack from a bull hippopotamus, one of Africa's deadliest animals. The hippo came close to turning one of the canoes over completely, tossing another guide into the dangerous waters. Templar dove in quickly to save his workmate, but the enormous hippo suddenly leaped up between them, swallowing Templar's entire head while at the same time pinning his arms at his side with its razor-sharp teeth. The hippo swam off with him beneath the water, and temporarily confused, all Templar could think was, "Wow, it's dark in here." The hippo then continued to attack Templar several more times, tearing open his foot, severing his arm, cracking ribs, and ripping holes in both his back and chest. After a lengthy 7-hour operation, which involved amputation of the severed limb, Templar began his long recovery. However, this incident has not deterred him from doing what he loves. Templar still leads safari tours and is now a coach, public speaker, and main fundraiser for the children's charity Make a Difference. Diana Tilden-Davis, winner of Miss South Africa 1991 and a former finalist in the Miss World competition, Diana Tilden-Davis was canoe paddling through the Okavango Delta in Botswana when she was attacked by a hippo that came close to chomping her leg off. Her husband, who assisted Tilden-Davis with operating a safari company in the region, hippos were showing aggressive behavior at that time due to the region being hit by an extreme drought, meaning food was hard to come by. Tilden-Davis narrowly managed to escape with her life, but still had to use crutches for up to 2 years after the incident. Michael Fay. As an internationally acclaimed explorer who once spent 455 days trekking through East Africa, Michael Fay had become somewhat used to being charged at by elephants. However, in 2003, he and his companions were attacked by a female elephant protecting her young in the Longo National Park in Gabon, resulting in Fay being gored by her massive tusks. Fay survived the attack and had this to say regarding the incident: "You mess with elephants all the time and you get close to them. Eventually, one of them is going to go for the full Monty. I just thank God that I had time to turn around, grab those tusks, and ride that bronco as long as I could." Lauren Fagan. At 18 years of age, Lauren Fagan of Montreal was volunteering at the Moholoholo Wildlife Rehabilitation Center in South Africa. Upon her arrival, she expressed that she wanted to hug one of the animals the sanctuary housed and was explicitly told that she should not try to do so. Going against the advice of experts, Fagan was busy feeding one of the lions, Duma, a 5-year-old. She reportedly tried to lean in for a kiss from the huge cat. That was when Duma reached out his right paw and grabbed onto Fagan's leg and attempted to drag her into the cage, with another lion then joining in on the action. One of the lions bit into her leg and narrowly missed an artery, but both were eventually warded off by a nurse with a broom. Fagan was soon rushed to a mediclinic in Nelspruit, where multiple bites to her leg and lower body were treated. Andrew Oberle. Andrew Oberle was studying the behavior of chimps at the Goodall Institute in South Africa when he bypassed 2 safety fences in order to get close enough to the chimps themselves, prompting them to attack. Though it was through fault of his own, Oberle was left fighting for his life after having been bitten and dragged for almost a kilometer. His parents requested that the hospital not divulge the extent of their son's injuries, but it has since been leaked that Oberle lost his fingers and toes and his arms were exposed to the bone. Evan van der Spy. Evan van der Spy, a mountain biker on Team Jeep South Africa, was taking part in a race at Albert Falls Dam in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, when he was suddenly hit by an antelope galloping at full speed. His teammate behind him was wearing a helmet camera to record the event and warned van der Spy to watch the buck, but with little time to react, the red hartebeest slammed into the biker and continued to run off into the wilderness. Luckily, van der Spy managed to walk away with no severe injuries, but had he not been wearing a helmet, the damage would have been significantly worse.